Mr. Bagla. Sir, we are talking mostly about speed of generating IP, speed of generating innovation, and speed of spread of that innovation across the industry. This is what I'm understanding from the flow of the conversation, and then the industry supports the military. Correct me anywhere where you think. So how quickly can we have the students prepared by, let's say, Dr. Shah, to be absorbed in the MSME mindset? So you know, a company run by a 30-40 year, you know, experience, 2 generations, how quickly are we able to absorb this high IP trained students, which may be needed by companies like Paras Defense? What is the readiness? So this is the question, that how much of CII, because you lead 3 states, have you identified MSM used for that? What is the speed of innovation for CII as you see today?
This is a very, very difficult question to answer.
I like it, sir. I like it like this.
Because I must say that what Sir said was very interesting. We are not talking, in India we are talking of 0.66% going into R&D. And we are not talking of 4.5% of the turnover which goes into R&D in Israel. And let me try to bring some very interesting fact. It's not a question in military how to do. It's a question in military what to do. Because it's very, very important that, as what Sir said, that by the time you adopt a technology, the technology changes and it becomes a global no game. Therefore, agility is extremely important. What CII does as an organization, we have a huge plan on innovation fund. We work very closely with the government, we work very closely with the industry, we work very closely with the academia. Now, the biggest challenge that we have found, the first thing that we need to do between, like we say, there are 4 stakeholders, like what Sir said, very, very critical. If we want to protect our country, all the 4 stakeholders must sit down on a table and decide what to do. And then the question will come, how to do. Then the question, DRDO comes in, Paras comes in, all these comes in. But first of all, we must decide what to do. And once we are able to come on the same platform on what to do, it will be much easier to do how to do. This is what I would like to project my first point. CII as an organization is we have a lot of centers of excellence. We talk about FTR, which is first time right. Now, there is no second time in military. You have to be first time right. You have to hit it the first time, or else it will hit you the first time. So there's no second time. So that is the level of perfection that's required in military, and CI works very strongly with our centers of excellence. In fact, our center of excellence is located in the premises of the biggest supplier of military, which is Godrej. In Godrej, we have the centers of excellence for manufacturing. Similarly, we have got various centers of excellence where we teach MSMEs, largely MSMEs, largely their executives, how to understand the meaning of the word first time right through achieving a mindset change from chalta hai to quality is very important. So quite a bit of change has happened. We have had huge understandings from the industry, SMEs. Earlier, I remember rejections used to be on percentage level. 2% rejection was acceptable in the process. We started talking of PPM, parts per million. Nothing of this works. Now it's about parts per billion. So we are talking about 10 parts per billion rejection, 15 parts per billion rejection. That's the global level standard that we have been able to achieve in the automotive industry, especially in the mechatronic area. Because mechatronic means either you're there or you're not there. So I would very strongly say that all the four bodies must sit down together and decide what to do. How to do is something that we can decide very easily, much more easier. Capital is available, equipment is available, everything is available, and if our people, if our academia can sit down together with the industry, technology is not a problem, especially with for military, because DRDO exists. And DRDO is the champion for technology as far as military is concerned. Let DRDO, industry, academia, and military sit down together and let's give it a try, and let's make this one body with repetitive, reviews, structured review mechanism, and I'm sure there'll be enough number of SMEs that will become MNCs tomorrow. I run a program in CII, which has been my initiative, SME to MNC. And my idea is to make Indian SMEs go global, acquire. Please remember, one day, all the large industries, whether it was Godrej or whether it was Birla or whether it was Tata, was only an SME. It just requires two things, capital and commitment.
I think, we are so privileged to have a set of leadership who only believes in agile methodology. So I'm really this is fantastic, sir. Thank you.
So absolutely, very clearly, I can talk about jargons about the automotive industry, and which is very critical for manufacturing, like PQCDSM, QCDDM, Kaizen, Pokayoki, and I can even talk of so many other jargons. But at the end of the day, we must know what to do.
Thank you.
How we are going to be the Vishwa Guru, how we are going to become the leaders. Let me just end by saying one sentence, sir. 2047, 160 crore people. We have no choice but to be Viksit Bharat. If we don't become a Viksit Bharat, we will become our entire, democratic dividend become a democratic pain. Let's understand we have no choice. We need to invest in R&D. We need to work together and create global leadership. And that's what I would say CI is working on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.